days ago we did the last episode, which I took the other dogs out and I hit some tennis balls. We're gonna work on that again a little bit. I thought Bella did really well with it. I actually think my other dogs struggled more so than her. Today we're busy, we're doing a bunch of stuff. We came down and checked our pheasant chicks. I've got pheasant chicks that were starting, day olds. They're about a little over a week old now. And so we walked down and we checked them, and now we're gonna go across and we're gonna start this session. And so to start it out, I'm just gonna put down, I've got my training bag here. I actually have a couple dummies in it. So I'm just gonna pitch a dummy out to start out with, put it right here in the driveway. We're gonna cut across through this little thicket of woods, and we're gonna do some work over on the other side. And it's in the green field that we hit the tennis balls. And so, but because we're going there, so I've heeled her down from our house down to this shop. That kind of has served as my little bit of a warm-up to this session. Then we're going to work through and we're going to go do some stuff in that little bit of a green field. I'm going to leave this dummy and send her back for it. It's going to be kind of a delayed memory, and it's going to be pushing through a bunch of brush that she's never run through to get a retrieve before. So it's not something that's like a memory that we've been setting up as a pattern over and over and over again. So we're just going to kind of take an angle through here, do our session over there, and at some point I'm going to send her back. And I don't know, I might, some days, my point with this is I'm going to read it based on her. Some days I would walk through there and just send her back right away. That's enough of a challenge. Some days when I feel like she's really starting to comprehend this memory idea, and she's really locking things in, and she's really confidently running lines and going when I say to go, I might do a few other exercises over there before I send her back. My older dogs, I might throw a dummy like this, go do something for 20-30 minutes, go to 3 different spots, do 4 different things, come back, and then send them back on it as almost like a blind to finish things up. So it just kind of depends, and I don't know exactly when I'm going to send her. It's going to be based on how crisp and how sharp she goes from this point. So we've got the dummy there. She sits and watches it and understands it, puts it in hopefully the back of her mind, and then we work our way through. And if she becomes real distracted and has a hard time healing through here and it's a pain, well then maybe I'll send her a little bit quicker. If she does real well and she stays pretty focused, well then it might be a little while. So we'll just kind of see. I like the idea of there's quite a change in terrain here. Ben's gonna probably have to hop from island to island, keep his feet wet. I like healing her through lots of different cover. I like healing her through lots of different scenarios. Water, dry land, and she's doing a real nice job with me right now. Now I do have her on lead, but she's sticking pretty tight. That's the first time she's chose to go the other side of a tree. Typically she's staying on the side of the tree that I decide to cross on. And that's just a real simple example of how important heel work is. If you have a dog that just pulls and lunges and you can't really walk along without fighting them, you know how hard it would be to walk through that? That wasn't any more difficult because of her than anything. So kind of takes us into this little green field here. What I think I might do, and because she did a nice job with that, I'm going to take the leash part off here. Sit down. And I brought my tennis racket with again today because I did have some intentions of, actually, you know what we'll do? We'll start out real simple. One of the things that I didn't like about the tennis ball drill that we did in here yesterday was the idea that the grass is green. Tennis ball really was hidden. Also that it's not super short, so the tennis balls didn't really stand out that much. So I've got a load here in my pocket that I'm going to put into the launcher. Put my earmuffs on. You'll be alright, huh, Ben? That far away. So this is going to be her first thing, and then we're going to send her back on that relatively short memory. So it didn't quite work. Kind of a dud. That's perfect. I don't mind that at all. I'll go pick it up myself. Good steadiness for her. That is perfect for her. She gets a denial out of it. No retrieve. I go pick it up myself. She's sharp. She's crisp. She's focused. Sit. Watch. What I like about that is you can see, a lot easier to see that big white dummy as opposed to the tennis ball heel. I'm just going to take her a step forward. Good. Watch. Bella. But because she can't see it, you can see her gait there, her cadence slow up, so she hunts a little bit short. She'll figure this out. Now she runs past. So all of this is, again, if she could see it, boy, it'd be a lot easier. A little bit shorter grass there, she caught wind of it. Good girl. Good dog. Here, good. Hold, 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 right here. I've started getting down a little bit. That seems to get a better delivery. We did a podcast just recently on using place boards, and I don't typically use place boards in training beyond just simply putting a dog on a place command. Sit. We're going to use one. I'm going to build one, and we're going to set it up, and I'm going to see if I can't use some of that technique to get her to come to front a little bit better on the delivery. That's something we're going to be working on in the future. If you're interested in that, it was a podcast we did with Jay Lowry, a friend of ours, who does a lot of, he's got a kennel, Raglan gun dogs, and they do English cockers. So we talked about how he uses those place boards in training. Now, I'm going to use a second one. The one thing I'm going to do differently is, when I shot that one out, the grass was tall enough that we lost it. I look out here and it's a lot greener grass over there. So I'm going to shoot one that way, hoping that this sits out a little bit more. I want it to be visual. I want her to see it up, down, sitting there, and run to it, instead of running short and then a little long. And then, this is not a drill I'm looking to have be a nose work. Come on. That time is how she found it, using her nose. Sit. So I do want this to be eyes. Watch. I don't need a ton of delay either. I'd like her to watch the area down. Watch. Bella. And then it takes a nice run to it. Cross that, good. Cross that road, that's a real nice little mark. Here, hold, hold, easy, 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 good, 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 very good, did, good, share it back to her, good, hold, good, right here, good. I just want her to take a step or two. Kind of warm out today. No, come on, don't you pretend you're that tired, come on. Kind of warm out today. You can tell. Did. Good. Good. Now, sit. Sit. Same thing. Basically the same thing here. I'm going to hit the orange tennis ball. It might stand out just a little bit more. We're going to go down this line. Watch. Sit. Watch. Bella. No lining. No steadying. She runs that area of the fall really well. There, very good. Like I said, she did better at this than my older dogs. Here. She always comes in hot with those tennis balls. Easy, easy. Good. Good. Did. Very nice. She's a little slow today. She's winded pretty easily. Now, enough has gone on over here. We've made 3 retrieves, 2 launchers, and a tennis ball. We're going to turn back around. Sit. And I'm going to send right into that point because I remember coming out right at that point, which is tough. That natural barrier there is a point and I want to push her into it. Well, she's going to have a tendency to want to flare out at the trees. So to help her out, I'm just going to scooch her over just a little bit so I can kind of see this little pocket here in between that clump of trees and that clump of trees. And that's what we're going to aim for right here. Heel. Come on. Come on. Sit. Sit. And this one I will take my time. I will line her up. I will do everything I can to help her push through this. Good amount of time for her. A good amount of challenge here to push through this cover. Watch. Bella. Very nice. Very good. Good girl. Good dog. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good dog. She did it really well. Nicely done. Come on. Come on. Good girl. Hold, hold, hold. Right here. Right here. Hold. Now, you'll notice I took her collar off. Sit for that. You start sending them through that cover. Sit. I'm a little hesitant to send her through with anything on her neck. I didn't really say that before, but good. Did. That was the reason. Did. That was the reason for me to take the adjustable leader collar off. Sent her out here because there's just nothing she's going to get hung up on. But when I send her back through that brush, there's a lot of things that could get hung up on. And I don't want her getting caught. I don't want her feeling like she's taking some type of a correction. Safety-wise, I don't want her getting tangled into stuff. So I took it off and sent her in. She did it really well. I'm real happy with that. She's a little hot today. We're going to work our way back. I'm going to do a little bit of sit to the whistle. That's going to be it today. I'm going to do some sit to the whistle. And I might send her back. So do a little back cast like we've done in the past. About a week or two ago, we started doing it over along the horse fence. We did it with other dogs. Today we don't have other dogs, so it's another chance for her to focus. Hey, 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 hey. You can tell she's a little gassed. First real warm day, I would say. I mean, it's probably 70 today. Maybe not quite 70, but pretty close. Heel. So, what's interesting about today's session? She's done very well. It's been very short. Heel. Come on. But it's a little bit of a smorgasbord when it comes to stuff. We did some heel work. We did a long delayed memory. We did some marking. Just a little bit of 3-4 different things. Not one specific focus. Heel. What I think part of the success too is that we're going to keep this short and sweet. Good. Heel. She's got to get a little sharper with that sit to the whistle. Good. Very good. No cheating there. I didn't give her any chance to cheat. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good. Good. Come on. Bella, come on. See how she's really slow and sluggish to come? I'm not going to ask her to sit when she's like that. I want her to come all the way hard. So I don't want her to I don't want her to get in a funk where, and you got to be careful when you do these drills. If you start turning it into every time you call them off if you always call them off a sit, they don't remain steady and they start to creep. If you start calling them off a sit Every once in a while, don't call them off sit, go get them. So balance it back and forth. When you start recalling them and stopping them to the whistle on the way back, they get good at it, and then all of a sudden they come slow motion because they're just waiting for you to stop them. So that time she came slow motion the whole way to finish out, and so I just kept her coming, kept her coming, kept her coming. I don't want her heel. I don't want her getting in a habit. I don't want her getting in a habit of coming half speed because she thinks I might call her, I might ask her to sit. So pretty soon, the action is going to be dictated by her behavior. If she comes fast, I'll stop her to the whistle. If she comes slow, I'm going to recall her all the way in. Come on, come on. Bella, come on, let's go, good. Sit. Sit. I can see right now that her ability to focus is really fading. I think she's tired, and so she's really sluggish. That was a real lazy stop. She didn't stop. She pushed right through it. She knew she should. She pushed right through it. I picked her up and put her back, and she went, "Oh, Christ, he's really kind of asking me to do some stuff today." Come on, good girl, come on. Good girl, come on, all the way, very good. Here's where that place board is gonna help us, I think, straighten her out here. To come right to the front. I'd like her to come to the front. We're gonna give her something for that. When I say give her something, I mean a reward. Ha, da, 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 da. Go back. Go back. Good girl. Atta girl. Easy, 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 easy. Very good. Very good. So as you can see, she's starting to have it register. It's starting to make sense that go back. Turn and go. I'm not going to go any further. I think she's just flat right now. And so we're almost getting to the day. I mean, I'm getting warm. We're almost getting to the point of the season where we might have, on these days like this, we got to get it done early or later in the afternoon when it cools off a little bit. I also think it's now is conditioning. Now is where conditioning will become important. She's by no means heavy. In fact, I've been feeding her extra. I wouldn't mind. She's leaned out a little bit, and I've been feeding her a little bit more. I think I gauge the amount that I'm feeding them based on how they look. So she's leaned out, and what I'm looking, and I don't think it's bad, but I think she could put a pound or two on, and so I've been feeding her a little bit more. With that means I'm gonna have to have her in shape. I don't care if they're fat or skinny. If they don't have any muscle and they don't have any wind, if they don't have good lungs, as far as conditioning, they're gonna get tired no matter what, too soon. And when they're tired, I think you gotta look at understanding that sometimes the fatigue mentally and sometimes the fatigue physically affects them really heavily mentally. And like right now, I just think I just don't want to push a young dog like this any further. We got plenty of good. Today was a real positive session. So let's take a positive session and walk away from it. We've had plenty of them that didn't go so positive. So when we do find a positive one, why push it till it goes negative? Good. So it's a nice little easy, short session with a lot of real good things that came out of it. A lot of things to continue to work on, that's for sure. So, but that was a good one. Heel. And now we'll heel her back and just put her back up. And this, she'll rest. She'll rest a lot. She'll sleep good after this. Good.